Welcome back, beautiful. In today's video, it's a little bit different. This is something that I really want to share with you because me being a mom and with all these things that it's happening around the world, we are stuck home with our kiddos for 2 weeks, which in reality, we always have them on spring break and on summer and on other breaks that they have from school. But obviously, this is unexpected, and with other things unexpected around the world, we kind of have to figure out how to have our kids entertained and still have them some good options and easy options to do at home while they're here, and that way we don't have to be going out. So if that's something you are interested to see, or if you want to learn more of the ideas that I have to share with you, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so these are just a few ideas that I am going to be implementing in my own house with my kids. I do have 4 boys, which I have 3 teenagers and a 10-year-old. So a lot of these options are going to be more mainly into older kids. So I do have a few options for you to do with your kids while they're at home. We know that most of us have access to internet, to computers, to even our phones are accessible to us to have our kids study. So my first option will be reading. Reading, it is really important for our kiddos, and I am actually going to have my kids at least reading 1 hour a day. Obviously, with other options that they're gonna have, they're basically are going to read more than an hour, but I want them to focus more into an hour. And honestly, I know that our kids are not going to be happy about all this information that I will share with you, but it is really important for our kids to read and to still practice at home so while they're away from school. So reading will be number 1. Number 2 will be a few websites that I am going to be sharing with you guys, like for example, Squiggle Park, and then we have Storyline. For math, there is a Prodigy, Khan Academy, which Khan Academy, it's amazing. I love Khan Academy. That is one of the first places that I actually do use for my kids and even for myself, because my older kids, they're in high school and there's things that I'm just like, okay, let me ask Google because I don't know. But Khan Academy, it's a really good website for you to check it out. It is a website that will focus into from kinder all the way to 12th grade. And obviously none of this information, it is sponsored. This is just the websites that I actually use for my kids and for them to keep studying. And a lot of these websites are even websites that have given to my kids throughout the years that they've been in school. Another one that it is a really good, and this is more into science, it will be Mystery Dog. And then a National Geography. If you want to have at least an hour or even 30 minutes focusing on one subject only, these are the websites for you to focusing. Obviously, there is other options where you can even go to the Dollar Tree and buy a lot of books for your kids to practice if you have younger kids. I know that it is really important for us to stay at home and to stay safe, but if you have access to your local dollar store or even to Walmart, and if you think that it is okay for you to go and just buy a few supplies for those 2 weeks that you'll be home, or even for summer, I really recommend for you to check those out. I am pretty sure that there's still a lot of those supplies at the stores. But again, if you want to avoid all that crowdiness of people, these websites are really good. Another websites that are really good will be Typing Club. Typing, it is really important because we know that pretty much all schools, at least the schools that my kids go to, all they do is do their homework on the computer or practice on their computer, or pretty much everything it is on laptops, computers. So it is really important for our kids to start practicing typing. Now, in my personal opinion will be, you still have to give that opportunity for your kids to practice their writing. So if you have access to your computer, if you have a printer, it is really good for you to go to even Google and print out a few pages where they can teach your kids how to write in cursive, which it's really, really important to teach our kids how to write in cursive. So that will be another option as well. Now, all of these websites, I'm going to be linking them in the description down below in case you guys want to go and check those out and even use them for yourself or for your kids while you're at your home. Now, for our fun parts, obviously, even though we're gonna have our kids home and we have to focus on teaching them how to still practice and read and practice before they go back to school so they won't lose all that information, we still wanna have them entertained and not being frustrated because they're going to be studying or just working all day. So I have a few options that will be really, really fun for your kids. We know that game boards are one of the best options for your kids to do at home and to keep them away from the computer after all these websites that I've given to you. And if you're going to practice all those websites with your kids, you really want to take that screen time away from your kids after doing that. So game boards will be really, really amazing. I have a few options in here that I actually do use for myself for our kids. This game board, it is one of Ivan's favorite. Now, Jenga will be another option, and these are only the games that I do have at the house. Obviously, there is a lot of other game boards that you can use, but obviously we also do have Monopoly, Uno cards. You cannot go wrong with Uno cards, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys have Uno cards. If you do, comment down below. Another option will be checkers. I actually did bought this game board at the dollar store. And the big hearts that I have in here are actually from Walmart. Obviously, because I am Mexicana, you cannot go wrong with loteria. So if you have a loteria, that will be even a great option for you to play even with your kids. Now, with the fact that we have to stay at home, and it is highly recommended for us to stay home and try to avoid all the crowdiness, it is a good time to bring our 80s and 90s games into our kids' generation. And I'm actually really, really excited to share this part with you guys because these are the games that I love, and I still want to keep those memories and those games into my family. So I want to share with my kids, and obviously I want to share with you in case you want to have fun with your kids while you're at the house, so that way they won't fight, because we know that having our kids home 24/7 for 2 weeks, which it really happens on the summer, it is going to be a lot of fighting. So these are such amazing games because not only you're gonna bring your games into your kids' generation, but you're gonna have some exercise included in this. So a lot of cardio will be included into these games, and you're gonna have fun with your kids. So hopscotch will be such an amazing game to do with your kids. I know that our stores are pretty much empty with the food, but I do know that they still have a lot of Easter stuff and a lot of games, a lot of little things for your kids, even at the dollar store or at Walmart. So a good option will be to pick up like a box of chalk, which I know they do have a lot of at the dollar store because, well, at least the local one that I have in my area, they do carry a lot of chalk, and at Walmart, I'm pretty sure they still have some. If you have the time, or even if you have them at home, if you have little kids, I'm pretty sure you guys do have a lot of chalk. You can use some chalk and create your own hopscotch. Another option that will be a great idea, it will be using painter's tape. If you don't have chalk, or if you don't have access to it, or if you really want to avoid the crowdiness of people, you can actually use tape, which is another great alternative because chalk will go away once you jump into it, and obviously tape will stay in here. We try to did our own in here, and obviously they're not perfect. They are all crooked, but it is such a fun and amazing game that you can do with your kids, and of course get those cardio and calories out of your body and all that energy out. I really don't know the proper name of this, but it is jumping, I guess, another hopscotch, but with the body I know that there's a lot of people that play this game differently, but this is the way that I played it when I was little, and I love the way I played it. I know that there are so many options. You can actually use rubber bands to this, but obviously I didn't have no rubber bands, so all we're using in here, it's some thread, which it's a really good alternative, because if you're going to be jumping in it, it's going to stretch out, and if you don't use a stretchy material, it will rip on you. So if you don't have, let's say for example, you only have 2 kids and you are in your mommy duty, either cleaning or cooking, you can actually put the thread or any rubber bands or any exercise bands that you might use, you can put it around a surface or a pillar in your backyard, or even a chair, and then your kid will use it just the way I'm showing to you guys in here. Me personally, since I do have teenagers, I think that it is really important, not just because I have boys doesn't mean that I don't have to teach them how to cook, or how to teach them how to sew, or how to teach them how to do other things that usually the boys won't do. I still want my kids to have the knowledge of how to cook, how to bake, how to sew if something bad happens to their clothing, like in my pillow that I ripped it, so I need to sew that one, and that's actually going to give me my opportunity to show the kids how to sew. And a lot of these things you can even actually use math while you're doing it, like when you're cooking. If you have, for example, my 10-year-old, he has a lot of trouble with fractions, and this is another trick as well. If you know that there is areas in the school that your kids are struggling with, you can have it teaching them with fun stuff. Like my kid has a lot of trouble with fractions, and personally I don't like fractions, but while you're cooking or baking, you can use fractions in there, and at the same time you're teaching them how to bake or how to cook. It is something that we really have to address, and obviously these are just a few options that I wanted to share with you, so that way you can have that fun time with your kids while you're at home, and also to forget a little bit of what's going on. These are just a few options that I am going to implement in my own household with my kids, and I just wanted to share with you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and also share this video with other mommies, with other people that will help themselves with this ideas that I have. And if you do have other options or ideas, share them with us. And again, stay safe and just live your life, because we only live once and we have to make the best out of it. So stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.